folks, so today's video is a Sunday bonus video and something a little bit different for my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about a palette that is a new subscription service, which I think is kind of neat. Now they did send me this for review, so I'm going to be completely transparent about that. It's not sponsored, I don't have any affiliate codes, but they did send it to me for free to test out and talk about in a video. As always, I let them know that I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys, give you guys my pros and cons. So basically what Scarlet is a bi-monthly palette subscription service, which I thought was really cool because you guys know I review palettes on my channel, so I don't typically take like sponsorships or promos and stuff, but I figured I actually wanted to check this out because I thought it would be kind of something interesting for you guys to know about, and I was genuinely interested in it as well. So basically it's a new eyeshadow palette that comes out once every 2 months, and it retails for $29.95, and it is a subscription service, so you kind of sign up and they send you a new palette like once every 2 months. Each one of the palettes is in collaboration with a different YouTuber, which I think is really cool. Basically you can go on and you can see like different looks that YouTuber has done with the palette, and I think it's kind of neat and fun to support you know, fellow YouTubers, especially in the beauty community. You open it up and you get 3 eyeshadows, you'll get 2 lip products as well. And it does come with both an eyeliner and a lip liner, so basically you have everything in there to create like multiple looks. In this video I will include 2 tutorials, one for a daytime look and one for an evening look if you guys are curious. I'll include a timestamp as well if you guys want to skip over my unboxing and just watch the tutorials and my review at the end. I will include the unboxing just because I was actually really genuinely surprised when I first got this. I've had this now for a couple of weeks and I've got to sort of play around with it, but I did film my initial unboxing a couple of weeks ago because I kind of wanted sort of like a first impressions, because I was really excited and I wasn't sure like how this palette was really going to work and look and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to include my unboxing, my 2 tutorials, as well as my review on the end. So this video might be a little bit long, hopefully a little bit interesting for you guys, and as well just a Sunday bonus video. So yeah, hopefully you guys are curious about this, and without rambling on too long, I'm going to get into the unboxing. I like attention to detail. You guys know I'm like really particular with like my my packaging. You open it up and it says "You're in," which is kind of cool, you know, it makes it feel like you're special because you got your box and that kind of thing, right? So then you open it up and it comes like this. And so you get this little card and it says "You're in, Deck of Scarlet." So it comes with this other card in it, and this is basically where it introduced like what YouTuber they're collaborating with. So the current palette, which is this one, which is the January-February palette, they call it by like edition. So this one is edition 0. So this one's made in collaboration with Sandra Deluxe. It includes a little thing about her, but she's all about dramatic makeup looks, beautiful positive vibes. Her videos explore the fun playing with artistry of makeup, blah blah blah. And then there's a little bit of a blurb here from Sandra, that kind of thing, and then her links and stuff, so that's really cool. I actually watch her, she's gorgeous, like fucking beautiful. As you guys know, I've been on YouTube for a while, so I've kind of got to see sort of like how things like this start, and I think it's really cool that they're collaborating with top YouTubers like that, because it's going to really push their brand to like a whole variety of different looks and different people. And so I think that's really cool, and I mean it just feels good to support other YouTubers. That's something that I like to do. So you open it up and this is what it looks like, and I was actually really pleasantly surprised by this. This is beautiful. Packaging that it's in is this like hard foam packaging, like they're not fucking around with this packaging. So then this is the palette itself, and then it comes with this little eye pencil, but I'm going to take this out so I can show you guys what this looks like. Alright, so then this is what the outer packaging looks like. This is kind of a slip-on thing. The actual palette is on the inside. So this is cool because imagine they're going to customize this based on like what YouTuber they collab with. And so obviously it has Sandra Deluxe's thing. This is stunning. Like I love this. It also feels kind of like velvety. So yeah, it looks really luxe. Like I love this sort of like minimalistic kind of black and white packaging. I think that's really cool. So it includes all the ingredients on the back and stuff, and then it is cruelty-free, paraben-free, and also made in the USA. So that's cool. Alright, so you pull it out and this is what the actual palette looks like. It has Deck of Scarlet on the side. On the back it has Deck of Scarlet there, and it says make the most out of your experience by exploring makeup artist tips and application tricks on their website, so you can visit their website for that. Alright, so then this is really cool. This is like textured here, really nice solid, like it is sort of a cardboard but it almost feels like a plastic. And then you open it up and it comes with this nice big mirror, and then this is everything that it comes with, which is really cool. So it comes with 3 eyeshadows, 2 cheek colors, 2 lip colors, a eyeliner pencil, and a lip liner. This part comes down and magnetizes so that if you want to use your powder products, you can use your powder products and then, you know, close this and lift up your lip products, and you're not going to get powder stuck in your lip products. I think that's fucking brilliant. It's really smart on their part. But so far, just from like a packaging standpoint and from like a monthly subscription standpoint, for, you know, for 30 bucks, this looks pretty luxe and like it feels nice. So yeah, I did want to open it up and include a little bit of an unboxing because I was really surprised when I opened this. Even though it was something that was sent to me, knowing that it's $30 and you get free shipping as well, this does not feel like $30. I have $60 palettes that don't feel as like luxe and nice as this does, and it has some weight to it, like. Anyway, so yeah, I'm obviously going to dip into it and let you guys know how I feel about it and create looks and that kind of thing, but I did just kind of want to include this unboxing just because I think it's really cool. Alright, so first off, I'm just going to do this sort of simple eye, and then we'll go in with some of the darker shades and do a darker one. And I'm actually going to be using some of the face products on the eye just because these face products, I feel like for my fair skin tone, don't really work for me. Definitely would work more for a medium skin tone, which kind of makes sense when you're making a palette that is going to get distributed to a lot of different skin tones, to kind of have something sort of in the middle range, because most people are going to be in that middle range. I'm actually going to use this highlight shade, which is called Shimmy Shimmy Ya, as a inner corner highlight. Then I'm going to go in with this shadow here. I have the names down here on a piece of paper just so I know. Then I'm going to use this color here, which is called Maya, sort of a red metallic shade. And then I'm going to go in with this darker burgundy, which is called A, which is kind of fun because, you know, I'm Canadian, so I like that name. And for brushes for this look, I'm going to be using a 217 to go into the crease. I'm going to be using a MAC 239 for on the lid, and then another little brush to go in with the darker shade, and just a pencil brush to sort of blend that out as well. I'm going to go into that highlight shade, and I am just going to take that and I'm going to pop that onto the inner corner, as well as the first sort of 1/3 of my eyelid. At the very least, the product in here that don't work for me, I can use sort of like as a multi-use product, which you guys know I love to do. Alright, and then next up I'm going to go into Maya, which is the shade right here. I'm going to take that on my 217, and then I am just going to start just applying it sort of on the inner half of the lid. And then I'm also just taking that and blending it up into the crease as well. Alright, and then with that applied, next up I'm going to go into just a smaller brush, and I'm going to go into A, which is the burgundy matte right here. And then I'm just going to apply that just right onto my outer corner. And I'm going to use a little pencil brush to help just blend that out. Alright, and then for underneath the eye, I'm just going to take more of Maya. I'm just going to work that right underneath my bottom eyelashes. So then this is what it looks like with mascara on. And then for my face products, I did go in with my usual. I used NYX Taupe Blush to contour. My blush is NARS Orgasm. And then I did use Shimmy Shimmy Ya as a highlighter on my cheekbones. It pulls a little bit too warm for my skin tone. I did go in with a little bit of the bronzer shade, which is called Montego Bay. I do feel like in the summer I could be able to get away with it, but it does pull a little bit orangey on me just because I am so fair. So then for lips, I'm going to use one of the two lip colors that's included in the palette. This one is called Scrumptious, and then this one is called Woo. And you do have to kind of take a, you know, a little lipstick brush or whatnot and go in it. It is kind of more of a goopy texture. I wish it was a little bit more of like a matte texture. Alright, so then that's what it looks like with Scrumptious, the lip color applied. It is a nice color. It's definitely more of a lighter, peachier nude. Not typically a color that I go towards, but I actually don't mind it now that it's on my face. The lipstick itself does have a little bit of a creaminess to it. You know, you can move your lips around, that sort of thing. I personally wish it was a little bit more matte. I feel like a lot of people are leaning more towards matte textures lately. The closest thing that I can relate this to is a MAC Cream Sheen. It kind of has that sort of vibe. The thing that I worry about with this is having to travel with it. You obviously have to kind of take this palette with you with a lip brush, or get one of those like retractable lip brushes that you can dip in a little bit and close it if you wanted to do any sort of touch-ups. I have tested this with food and everything, and it wears away just similar to like a cream lipstick would. They don't really last, so it is something that you would have to touch up. So that is look number one, more of a daytime look. I'm going to take off the eyes and the lips, and I'm going to leave the face the same, and I'm going to show you an option for more of an evening look with this palette. Alright, so then look number two is going to be this smokier evening look using a couple of the darker shades in this palette. And so for that, I decided to go in with this bronzer shade, which is Montego Bay. That's what I used in my crease. And then I went in with A, and then the black, just to darken everything up, is called Black Roses. So I used those two, and these mattes are actually really fantastic. I like them a lot better than I like this shimmery shade. So first off, I'm going into Montego Bay, which is the bronzer kind of shade. I'm just taking that on a 217, and that's going to go all up in my crease. Alright, so then with that shade applied, next up I'm going into A, which is the dark burgundy. Be sure to just tap that off, but I love the shade and the pigmentation is amazing. And so I'm just going to put that all over the lid, and then I'm just going to use my 217 to blend that shade up into the brown. And then before I just blend that out, I'm just going to take that on the little brush and I'm going to apply that right underneath my bottom eyelashes as well. I want this look to be very smoky and dramatic. I'm going to alternate between using a little bit of the burgundy and using a little bit of the bronzer shade. Alright, so then with the burgundy there, next up I'm going to go into Black Roses, which is the matte black. I'm going to take that on a little pencil brush and I'm literally just going to add it right into like the V of my eye, and then just use a 217 to sort of blend it out. And just work that in. They're really pigmented. A little bit of fallout, but not too much. Alright, so that's what the eye looks like with the mascara and everything on, so I think it's really cool, definitely dark and vampy, which I can appreciate. I like it. Now, in this palette, they do include both an eyeliner as well as a lip liner. Now, I'm gonna be honest, the eyeliner does not work for me. It's just a black eyeliner called Anarchy, and I find it very stiff. And once it's on, but I find it's very hard to get it to like work on my skin. I did try to use it in the waterline, and I found the weirdest thing happened. It sort of crumbled out of my waterline. It got stuck to my contacts. It was not fun. I didn't like this at all. So that's one thing that they can definitely improve on. I was not fond of that. So the lip liner there is a darker red color. I actually quite like the lip liner. I like that it's in a little pencil. It's for like detail stuff. So I'm going to be pairing it with the darker lip color in the palette, which is called Woo. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips first. So then that is what it looks like with the lip color applied. Now, I'm not a big fan of this formula for this color. I found it going on a little bit streaky. It's sticky as well, so when I go to like clean up the outer line, it just sort of shifts and moves. I do like the lighter shade in the palette, but this one just goes on a little bit streaky and like patchy. Definitely for my liking, I like sort of just one pigmented swipe of color, and the fact that I have to go in with the lip liner and it's still going on a little bit streaky is kind of annoying. So overall, having this palette for a couple weeks and using it and getting to sort of a feel for the different products that are in this, I can definitely break it down price-wise as to, at least for this specific palette, which things that they might want to improve on in the future. So for me, I like both of the face products. They don't necessarily work for my skin tone, but that being said, I can use them as eyeshadows and they worked fine. And if you have a skin tone that they work for, they are really pretty and smooth, so I do like those. Out of the three eyeshadows, I found this sort of like metallic one to have a lot of fallout. Super pretty on the eye, but it's just something that you're definitely gonna have to work with. What I'm most actually impressed with in this palette are these two matte shades. This matte black is one of the best matte blacks that I've ever used, let alone in a palette like this, you know, which I think is really cool. And then this burgundy shade's gorgeous too, so definitely, like, my suggestion to them is not to change those matte formulas, and then maybe even going forward do a palette with just all mattes. I think that would be fantastic. Or perhaps maybe changing the formula of this one so it's a little bit easier to work with. Now, the lip products in here I'm not really sold on. I don't like the consistency of them. They're a little bit too creamy for me. I like the idea of it sort of being separated from the powder and stuff. I think that's really cool. I think that's sort of smart of them to do, and I do like that. And I do like that the palette is one sort of cohesive look. However, I find the formula of them a little bit off. Like, they're a little bit too slippy and creamy. The nude shade works okay, but then the darker shade with that formula just means that it is just creamier and slips around and is a little bit more patchy and hard to work with. So that moves me to both the lip liner as well as the eyeliner. The lip liner I really did like. It's fine. It's just like an average lip liner. Not really too much to say about that. It applies smoothly and doesn't tug at the lips, so I do like the lip liner and I'll continue to use that. But the biggest disappointment for me was definitely the eyeliner. I just couldn't get this to work at all, and when I tried to make it work, it was just kind of a mess, and it's just too stiff. So I think they need to reconsider their formula for their eyeliners going forward, because this did not work on me whatsoever. So overall, that's my unboxing tutorial and then my review of the Deck of Scarlet palette. I think it's a really cool idea for 30 bucks, free shipping in the States. I think that's a really good price to get like neat individual palettes like once every 2 months. I think that's really cool. One thing that you can do is you can opt out. If it's a palette that doesn't interest you, then they won't charge you for that month. You can also go to their site and pick up like past palettes if it's one that you think is cool. So they give you a couple options there, which I think is really cool, so you're not really stuck into like one subscription service where you're just getting things that you don't like every other month. You can kind of pick and choose which ones that you want. So I definitely think there's room for improvement for this, definitely in the lip products as well as the eyeliner. But you know, for $30 you're getting a full face palette with like multiple looks and stuff like that, so I think that's really cool. I just hope going forward that they continue to sort of improve their products and listen to feedback from people. I think that's really important, especially to see them grow. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out for palettes in the future. So I think it's really cool that they happen to reach out to me for review purposes. Not sponsored, not getting paid to say anything, and I was really transparent with them, as I am with all my videos, that I will be giving them like a good solid run through, and I'll be letting them know my pros and cons. So yeah, that wraps up my video. A little bit of a change of pace for something new on my channel. I will include links to Deck of Scarlet in my description box down below. They're not paying me at all, and this isn't sponsored, but they did send me the palette for free and just asked if I could put their links in my description box if you guys wanted to check it out. So I'll include that there if you guys want to you know, explore a little bit and see any more information about them. It's all down below. Leave me any comments down below if you think that this is something that you'd be interested in, why or why not. I don't know, just have an open conversation about it. I think it's kind of a really neat new subscription service, different from things that I've seen, which is one of the reasons why I agreed to have it sent to me, because I thought it was cool. So hopefully everyone's doing good, and until my next video, I will talk to all of you soon. Bye!